One of the best moments in politics history was when Ron DeSantis sent the migrants who came over to Martha's Vineyard, when Greg Abbott was sending all the migrants to these sanctuary cities because people like Kamala Harris said that, oh, everybody's welcome. So what did they do? It said, cool, everybody's welcome. We're going to send them to your home. Let's go back in time here because this video footage is now going viral as if it happened yesterday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, get ready to laugh. This is hilarious. All right, YouTube, for YouTube purposes, not funny. This is not funny, but it is kind of funny. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to laugh because this is a wild, wild video. Take a listen.
Breaking news for you. This has been a busy morning already. We are going live to pictures from Washington, D.C. And the latest report is that there have been immigrants by bus dropped off at Vice President Kamala Harris's residence. This is just outside her home. You can see from these pictures dozens, I would say more than 100. I don't know if there are multiple hundreds of people outside on the lawn there, but not a small number of people outside, not the White House, but Vice President Harris's home address. You are looking live in Washington.
Not the White House, but her actual home. How in the world did they get her address to drop everybody off? It's just like, you want them? Yeah?
In D.C. This is the latest breaking news, potentially another contention between Governor Greg Abbott of Texas and the northeastern cities that he has deemed a home for those who have crossed illegally into the country, getting the attention of the federal government. That's what he says his intentions are, to make sure that they know exactly what border towns along our border with Mexico are actually dealing with. The inundation of people, a lack of resources. Washington, D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser has...
And they're all there just waiting for her to come out. Hey, Kamala, they told us that you're welcoming us. Where's our bed? Where are we going to sleep tonight?
Now asked for the
Yo,
federal...
This is a wild move. This is one of the wildest political moves ever, bro. What?
Government to step in. They have not taken any action yet. But, Mitch, this is certainly the sight to see. All of these people just standing around on the front yard of the Vice President of the United States.
Yes, this is the Naval Observatory there in Washington.
Say that one more time.
This is the Naval Observatory there, and that is the official residence of the Vice President. So Kamala Harris is living and working there, and these immigrant buses have been dropped off right there. They've been put in her lap, essentially. It seems like this is an increasingly aggressive campaign, not only from Governor Abbott, but you just heard Dre Clark's report about migrants being sent to Martha's Vineyard. Now, that's an island, so he's flying them from Florida on a plane to Martha's Vineyard. Now you have immigrants being dropped off in front of the vice president's residence. The goal of these border governors is to bring this issue home to people that don't usually have to deal with it. Governors Abbott in Texas, Ducey in Arizona, now DeSantis in Florida have been saying for months, this shouldn't be just our problem. And in the last 3 or 4 months or so, they have decided it's not just going to be our problem. And you are seeing evidence of that at the Naval Observatory, the residence of the Vice President Kamala Harris right now.
Thank you for watching.
I don't know what I just watched. This is a wild move. I guess the point of this move was you claim that nobody that crosses is a bad person. I guess the move was, I mean, bro, this is insane. You wanted this, here you go. We don't want to deal with this. You said you wanted it. You deal with it. That's the type of move it was. Now, Trump dropped an ad. This ad is called The Border Czar. Apparently, the media... Remember, do you guys know Kamala's title? Right? That the media is trying to erase, by the way. What was Kamala's title? Kamala's title was to... All right. Kamala's... The media has been annoying this week. That's why I'm laughing, because they've been so annoying with, like, this is all annoying. But her title was to take care of the border, right? The border, they called her the border czar, right? She was basically supposed to investigate and figure out why people want to migrate to the United States. What is happening in other countries that is making the United States home of migration? That was her job. Apparently, the media doesn't really agree with that. They say no, she was not. Well, here's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is like, no. Just listen to this.
You have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
What?
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
What an embarrassment.
Wait, what? Wait. I wasn't ready for that. He said, you haven't been to the border. She goes, well, I haven't been to Europe.
You have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
What an embarrassment. I haven't been to Europe? Are you kidding me? What does that have to do with anything?
The vice president being ripped for this tone-deaf reaction to the growing crisis.
Do you plan to visit the border?
Not today.
He's a very unserious person about an incredibly serious crisis.
The White House has no idea what borders are. Kamala Harris is doing about the migrant surge.
When are you going to the border, Vice President? Administration has asked. I'm not finished. I've said I'm going to the border.
Kamala Harris has been put in charge of trying to figure out the root causes why all those people from Central America come here.
In 2017, she tweeted, "Say it loud, say it clear. Everyone is welcome here."
So that's why. Okay, got it. This is why all the migrants were sent to her home, guys. This is why we figured it out. She said, say it loud, say it clear. Everyone is welcome here. No ban, no wall. That's why you saw all the migrants at her home, because Governor Abbott was like, yeah, well, you don't want to go to the border. You don't want to deal with this problem. You don't want to admit that there's a crisis. How about I send them all to your house? How about that? How about they all go to your crib? And then you'll know that there's a problem right now.
Welcome here.
She was given this job. She doesn't take it seriously.
Overall, we are seeing progress.
Laken Riley, her accused killer, came to the U.S. illegally.
Is in the country illegally when he murdered that officer.
The illegal immigrant now accused of killing a mother and son while driving drunk.
An undocumented immigrant convicted of rape.
An 18-year-old illegal immigrant on a rape charge in Hicksville, Ohio.
Officials in Texas have seized more than 400 million doses of fentanyl.
Still no plans for Vice President Kamala Harris to go visit the border.
I've been to the border before. I will go again.
She hasn't been as vice president, though.
She's pandering to her open border base. That's what this administration does.
It is ridiculous. Obviously, it is embarrassing for America that this is our vice president.
Dangerously liberal. That's what Trump is saying about her, that she is dangerously liberal. And once again, she was the border czar. Now, Trump did post something else that was hilarious. Now, let's post this. Trump posted this on Truth Social. So, Trump posted that in 2016, this was a post from the Associated Press, right? Trump posted this, by the way. This is not me posting this. This is Trump. He posted, California's Kamala Harris. This is one of the titles of Associated Press articles. California's Kamala Harris becomes the first Indian American U.S. Senator in 2016. But in 2020, Biden picks Kamala Harris as his running mate, first black woman. So you see the games the media plays with identity politics is actually insane. So Trump pointing out that in 2016, she was Indian. 2020, all of a sudden, now she's a black woman. What? That's what's going on. And the craziest part about this today is that Obama has finally endorsed Kamala Harris. Now, before I show you this, I do want to play this one. Professor Nez, shout out to Professor Nez. He posted this video and he says, there is a 1984 game being played And remember this. This is the quote. The party that told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears, it was their final, most essential command. 1984 by George Orwell. They're telling you to ignore your eyes and your ears about Kamala Harris, and all of a sudden now this hype of Kamala Harris has hit the next level. Take a listen.
She was put in charge of the border.
Nope. She was put in charge of reaching out to the South and Central American countries to stem the immigration.
She wasn't the border czar.
She was not actually the border czar.
She is not the border czar.
She was never the border czar.
She was not the border czar.
Let's be very clear. There was no border czar.
President Biden put his vice president, Kamala Harris, in charge of one of his administration's growing challenges. She is now the point person on immigration.
Vice President Harris is now the Biden administration's point person
to oversee his administration's efforts to stem the flow of migrants.
So you get it now. You get it, right? Jake Tapper and CNN, this is evil. I believe it's evil because they are now playing offense on Kamala Harris, and they're just lying. They're lying about what they said. They're lying about what her role was because she's running for president, and they have to have her win against Donald Trump. It's to the point, man, where you really can't make this stuff up. Like it's hard to even make up. I want to show you one more video before I get up out of here, guys. This is an important video for my friends and family. If you haven't smashed the like button, please smash the like button. You're gonna really enjoy this video. Let me find this video. Actually, I got two videos to show you guys, but I'll show you this one instead. Smash the like button right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost at 700 people. This is Anton. He schools women for only wanting to vote for Kamala Harris because she's black. Take a listen to this.
Vote for? Let me ask you a question. Would you vote for?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm going to just be real honest with this. She's a black woman.
Yeah.
Because they STEM folk, not Kim folk. I think it goes back to what somebody was saying, where it's not voting for someone, but majority will vote for somebody else
So the young lady right here, she says she's gonna vote for Kamala Harris because she's black. That's it.
Hold on. Let me line this out.
I think majority.
Is it only because she a black woman?
Yeah.
Do you not see how that's a bad idea?
Elaborate.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country.
Probably more.
That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they're in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They're literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you in. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before. But we sitting here and vote her in office on identity politics. The very person that she was under as far as the president of the United States of America, she called him racist during a debate, which shows you how fake she is.
Does anybody remember that part when she called Biden racist? I forgot about that. She called Biden racist during a debate. I remember this now that he mentioned it, but she called Biden racist and then became his vice president. How do you bounce back from that?
And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's black and she's a woman. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for, is the alphabet community, and that's his landmark thing that he's still standing on today. So the only thing that we have to stand on is identity politics. That shit didn't work with Tiffany Henyard in Dayton, Illinois. It didn't work with Karen Bass. It didn't work with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. It didn't work with Brandon Johnson that then took over her position in Chicago. It didn't work with Andre Dickens in Atlanta. It didn't work with Eric Adams in New York. It doesn't work across the country. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole. And we sitting here talking about identity politics?
Wow. I do have one more video to show you guys. Let me see. Do I want to show you guys this? All right, I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna show you guys this one. This one is and I don't want to throw the live stream off real quick. And by the way, thank you, Old Crow. I appreciate you, my brother. I mean, that's what happens when the person in charge of DHS literally is a subject matter expert on moving immigrants. They're all in on this. Thank you for your $10 donation, brother. I appreciate you. You know, it still bugs my mind, and I'm just gonna say this, and it might make some of you guys mad. I don't care. How in the world is Ben Carson not the VP? It hurts my brain. It really does hurt my brain how Ben Carson was not chosen to be the vice president. But here he is talking to Tucker Carlson about Kamala Harris. Listen closely to what he says the media is going to do, and this is exactly what they're doing. Take a listen.
Do you think that she can win?
Absolutely, she can win. This is going to be a great test of the power of the media to take someone who formerly was universally disliked and transform them into a godlike figure.
Whew. Oh, I got the chills when he said that, bro. Why did I get the chills when he said this? Because if you're looking around at the media, man, they are literally like the media and the momentum right now for Kamala Harris. I've never seen anything like it. There is so much hype around Kamala Harris from the media. It's as if they coordinated to get Biden to drop out themselves. They attacked him. They attacked him on his age. They attacked him everywhere. And they finally got what they wanted. And now they're pushing her like a god-like figure. And Ben Carson, man.
Dislike and transform them into a godlike figure. And they will use everything that they have to try to do that. The question is, are the American people smart enough to see through it? And I actually think the American people are smarter than anybody gives them credit for. And I don't think that they are going to be willing to sacrifice what we have in this country, which is what everybody else wants, even though they try to denigrate our country, say we're systemically racist, we're unfair to people. If we were all that bad, why are all these people trying to get in here?
That's it. I'll leave it there. Ben Carson, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Carson. Don't know. I really don't know how this guy. It really does hurt my brain. It's going to hurt my brain for a very long time, I believe, that he was not the vice president. I think he was the yin and yang to Trump. I really do. I think that Trump's demeanor versus Ben Carson's demeanor, they're literally yin and yang to each other. One is like feisty. The other one is calm, soothing, smooth, a genius. But I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter anymore. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys coming in here for this live stream. We got 886 people. As you notice, every live stream we're doing 300 people. We're doing 400 people. On some we're doing 1,100 people. We're doing people on this live stream on this channel. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for your donation. T, thank you so much for your donation. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate y'all. And also, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we'll be back in a bit. Trump speaks at 8 p.m. today. I'm gonna keep track of that, but I will be going live again. He did make an announcement. He made actually a huge announcement today that I'm a little worried about because I don't know. Look, I hate listening to these prophecies, not because I don't think that they're not words from God, but when you listen to these prophecies, There's a new prophecy out there. We got to talk about it. I don't want to really talk about it, but we're probably going to end up talking about it anyways. And I love y'all. So shout out to you guys. We will be live on the main channel soon. I promise you. We might be live on there tonight or tomorrow, within this weekend or next week. I just don't want to post too much on that channel. I'm actually probably going to delete a whole bunch of videos from that channel, because next month on the 26th, we will be up for reevaluation for monetization. And our goal is to have 2 monetized channels after being demonetized for a very long time. So I see you guys. Love you guys. See you guys on the next one.